Welcome to Crackers and Goo, a game of patterns that teaches math and delights you. In this video we will explore math strategies to repeatedly add numbers that are hundreds with 96, 97, 98, or 99 ones. Examples of these numbers are 496, 597, 698, and 799, and there are many more. The strategies you will learn in this video will enable you to be more quick and accurate when repeatedly adding or multiplying these numbers. We're going to hit the I button or the info button on the lower right of the screen, and that'll take us to the information screen, and from here we can hit the step button on the left. You notice on the bottom of the screen, the pink sneaker is right next to the number 16. This is step 16. In step 16 of Crackers and Goo, you will find games where you can apply the strategies we will learn in this video. The first example shows a pyramid pattern that is made from the previous pattern by adding 5 crackers to the bottom of the pyramid, where each cracker contains the number 496. Let's go ahead and finish the pattern. Notice that the numbers are increasing from the bottom up by 1. So on the bottom we want 496, bottom of the pyramid, followed by 497, 498, 499, that must be 500. Great, now pause the game so we can study the math we need to perform to calculate the total for the last pattern. Notice that the number 496 is only 4 away from 500. It is much easier to repeatedly add or find the product of 500 than it is with the number 496. The number 500 is what is known as a friendly number because it is easy to perform calculations with the 500. Our math strategy will be to turn 496s into 500s. This is known as a rounding strategy. We just need to make sure to subtract away as many 4s as we use to round 496s into 500s. We then have that 496 plus 496 plus 496 plus 496 plus 496, or 5 496s. It's the same as 5 times 496. And now we're going to apply our rounding strategy. We're going to round 496s to 500s. So 5 times 496 becomes 5 times 500. And then we need to subtract away 5 4s, or 5 times 4. Now we have an easy calculation. 5 times 500 is 2500s, or 2500, minus 5 times 4, which is 20, so we have 2500 minus 20. Instead of subtracting 20 directly from 2500, I'm going to pull 100 out of 2500, which leaves us with 2400, and I can do a simple operation of 100 minus 20, which is 80. 2400 plus 80 is 2480. Now we will add 2480 to the previous total of 4980. We have that 2480 plus 4980. Notice what I'm doing now. I'm actually going to use another rounding strategy where I'm going to take the 4980 and round it to 5000. That makes it much easier to add to the 2480. But I need to remember to subtract 20 away because that's what I use to turn 4980 into 5000. 2480 plus 5000 is 7480. Minus 20 is 7,460. So I'll start the game back up again, and we'll look for a total bubble that has 7,460. And there it is. Great, we successfully completed the game. Now I'm going to press the button on the upper left. That is our button to get to the how-to screen, and it's the one that contains numbers and math symbols. And we can see the math right below the shrunken patterns that illustrate the strategies we used in this video. The next example shows a last pattern that is made from the previous pattern by adding 3 crackers each horizontally to the left and right of the middle cracker. Each of the crackers has a value 898. Let's go ahead and finish the pattern. So vertically we're looking at 899s. And horizontally 898s. Great. I'll pause the game so we can study the math we need to perform to calculate the total for the last pattern. Notice that the number 898 is only 2 away from 900. It is much easier to repeatedly add or find the product of 900 than it is with the number 898. 900 is a friendlier number to work with. We will use a rounding strategy where we will round 898s into 900s. We just need to make sure to subtract away as many 2s as we use to turn 898s into 900s. We then have that adding 6 898s is equal to 6 times 898, And now using our rounding strategy, we'll turn our 898 into 900. So 6 times 898 is equal to 6 times 900. And we need to take away 6 2's, or 6 times 2. 6 times 900 is 5400s, or 5400. 6 times 2 is 12. So we obtain 5400 minus 12. Instead of subtracting 12 directly from 5400, we're going to pull out a 20 from 5400, which results in 5380, plus in parentheses 20 minus 12. 20 minus 12 is 8, so 5380 plus 8 is 5388. Now we need to add 5388 to the previous total of 4,496. We have that 5388 plus 4496 is equal to. Now I'm going to be expanding out these numbers to help us with this calculation. So first of all, I'm going to take 5388 and break it into 5300 and plus 88. And then I'm going to use rounding on 4496 to make it a 4500 and make sure that we subtract 4 away. By rearranging some of these numbers, we'll bring together the 5300 plus 4500 in parentheses, and then we'll have followed by the operation of 88 minus 4. 5300 plus 4500 is an easy operation, that's 9800. Then 88 minus 4 is 84. So we have 9800 plus 84, which is 9884. So let's start the game back up again and look for 9884, and there it is. Great, completed the game successfully. Now we can go to the how-to screen using the button on the top left. Select that, and now we can see the math we discussed in this video appearing right below the shrunken patterns. The last example shows the last pattern that is made by completely surrounding the previous pattern with a new layer of crackers. A total number of 16 crackers is required to do this, and each of the 16 crackers has a value of 698. Let's go ahead and finish the pattern. So the center cracker is a 700, and the next ring or layer around is 699s, and the final layer is 698s. Great. Now I'll pause the game so we can study the math we need to perform to calculate the total for the last pattern. Notice that the number 698 is only 2 away from 700. It is much easier to repeatedly add or find the product of 700 than it is with the number 698. We'll use a rounding strategy where we will round 698s into 700s. We just need to make sure to subtract away as many 2's as we use to turn 698s into 700s. We then have that adding 16 698s is the same as 16 times 698. Now using our rounding strategy, we're going to turn 698s into 700. So 16 times 698 becomes 16 times 700. Now we need to subtract 16 2's away. So we have 16 times 700 minus 16 times 2. Now we're going to use another strategy where we're going to expand 16 700s into 10 700s and 6 700s to simplify the computation. So we have that 16 times 700 minus 16 times 2 becomes, or equals, 10 times 700 plus 6 times 700 minus 16 times 2. 10 times 700 is 7,000. 6 times 700 is 4,200s, or 4,200 minus 32. We're going to pull out a 3,000 from 4,200 so we can add it to the 7,000. And that leaves us with 1,200. So we have 7,000 plus 3,000, which is 10,000, plus 1,200 minus 32. Instead of subtracting 32 directly away from 1,200, we're going to pull a 40 out of the 1,200, which brings us to 1,160, and we'll subtract the 32 from the 40. So we end up in conclusion with 10,000 plus 1,160, which is 11,160, plus the 8 from 40 minus 32, and we obtain 11,168. We will add 11,168 to the previous total of 6,292. We have 11,168 plus 6,292 is equal to. Now we're going to expand out the 11,168 into 11,000 plus 168, and we're going to take 6,292, round it to 6,300, and make sure that we subtract an 8 away to get back to the original number. We can then shuffle some of our terms around, and we'll combine the 11,000 plus the 6,300 as you see in parentheses, and then we'll have the 168 minus 8 in parentheses. 11,000 plus 6,300 is an easy operation, that's 17,300. And And then 168 minus 8 is 160. We add that to the 17,300 and we obtain 17,460. So let's go ahead and start up the game and find the 17,460 total bubble so we can drag it into place to complete the game. And here it is. Great, we successfully completed the game. Press the How To button on the top left to see the screen that displays the math we discussed in this video right below the shrunken patterns.